in a world that's constantly telling us that we are not good enough and that we need to improve and do more, work harder, earn more. So we work longer hours. As a result, we compromise our health, our well-being, and even this elusive work-life balance. How do I know that? The International Coaching Federation surveyed its members of why people seek the help of a professional life coach. The results indicated that 77% of the members said that self-esteem and work-life balance are the two primary reasons for which people seek the help of a professional work or life coach. My friends, the workshop, the strength workshop that we hope you have taken and we urge you to facilitate is made of two parts with two very, very specific objectives. The first part has the objective of helping people understand their God-given strength and realize that their strength is a reflection of God's image into the world. I don't know of any other reason that can enhance our self-esteem more than to know and see that our strength is a reflection of God's image into the world. And God trusts us to do special work in spite of all our limitations. The second part of the workshop provides a process to help people discern their roles, the roles that God has called them to play, and prioritize their life around these roles that God has given them. And in so doing, achieve this wonderful, elusive work-life balance. This has been my experience personally, as I have also facilitated this workshop over the many years. Now we want to offer you the opportunity to use this material to impact people's life in a unique and wonderful way. We assume you have taken the strength workshop. If not, we urge you to please go and do it as a self-study, because you cannot give what you do not have. So we encourage you to take time and do it as a self-study. Now, this short video, we're going to talk about facilitating what we call the Strength Learning Lab, which is the small group experience over a number of weeks. We have another video that you could watch to help you facilitate the strength workshop in what we call the condensed version or the half-day version, which is only a 4.5-hour one setting with the group of people. But here we're going to talk about facilitating the learning lab. The objective of the learning lab, in addition to learning, but really its objective is to help build a community of like-minded people supporting one another through discussion and dialogue in a more relaxed, unrushed atmosphere. Very often you will do that very much similar to what you may be familiar with in small Bible study groups over a period of 6 to possibly even better 12 weeks period. To help you in your role as a facilitator, please download the Facilitator Guide, which will walk you through step by step of what you need to do. It also will provide you with links to download all the material that you need to have. Now, as far as there are two formats. We're normally comfortable and use this material in what we would call the in-person gatherings or in-person meeting, where everyone gathers together in one place and have a discussion. That's the most common format. But we would urge you that because of the availability of the World Wide Web and the emergence of a lot of different online meeting tools, you may consider doing this as what we call an online meeting. The tools and the processes are almost identical, so we would urge you to have that extra flexibility. Now, be sure to have the right people on your team. It's important to have a partner who will pray with you and pray for you. Also, this partner could be available should something happen and you cannot leave the group 1 week or something. You could step in and take your place as well. Pray that God will provide you with the teachable people who want to learn and grow with you. Now, for the registration, the Facilitator Guide provides you with a draft email that you can send to people, which has the link for them to download the self-study or the participant guide, the material that they will need to use. The training and teaching resources for this session is all online and available for people to use. Now, for your first meeting, this is a gathering for you. I recommend that it would be more of a light-hearted, just get acquainted time. Have everyone go around and share their name. Hopefully before the session, you would have sent the information, the contact information of every person. This is available in a form that you can download from the website as well, which gives you space to write every person's name, email, and phone number. Send this to everyone so at least they would have everyone's name available when they come to the meeting. Start the meeting with a little bit of an icebreaker, just something light-hearted to break the ice and start the conversation. Have everyone go around and share their top 5 strengths. Have people share their top 5 strengths with each other. This way everyone can write the strength of every person in the group and get to know them by their strength. Discuss what we call the member agreement. This is the second page of the form you have downloaded, which we call the member information. What does the member agreement include? It's agreement to commit to attending, commitment to sharing, commitment to confidentiality, commitment to respect each other, a commitment to resolve conflicts in a biblical manner. It's really setting the ground rule for how you are going to lead this group. After everyone has done this and have shared and talked together a little bit, now you can remind them of the next meeting, agree on the meeting time and the format you're going to use, and move on to dismiss the meeting with a short prayer. For your regular meetings, my friend, this is very important. I want you to hear me very clearly here, please. Please consider your role as a facilitator, not a teacher. Consider your role as a facilitator, not a teacher. You see, the success of a teacher is dependent on his knowledge of how much he knows about the subject matter. I have been using this material for about 19 years, but I can tell you very honestly, I do not consider myself equipped enough to be a teacher. I do not consider myself to be equipped enough to be a teacher. The success of the facilitator, on the other hand, depends on allowing people the freedom to discover for themselves and share what they have learned with the group. The video and the associated book, which they can download from the website, has all the knowledge you need for this level of interaction on this subject. For those who really would like to learn a whole lot more and dig deeper, our website has loads of links to seminars, webinars, and other resources they can learn to their heart's content. But for now, we urge you to consider yourself as a facilitator, not as a teacher. Now, for every one of your regular 10 lessons or 10 sessions or whatever number of sessions you have, we recommend that you start with a short welcome and prayer, then go around and ask the people in the group to share what they have learned. Ask each person to share maybe what they have learned or maybe what they're challenged with, and discuss their interaction and their own experience. Now, for the online group, this is important. For the online group, we encourage you to make sure that everyone agrees that they have to do the learning on their own before the session. All the material is there, the videos are there, the handouts are there. They need to do all the learning on their own, so when they come to the group meeting, the full time is dedicated for interaction and discussion. And we recommend you to keep the time to about 40 to 60 minutes. 40 to 60 minutes is long enough for an online meeting. Now, for the in-person group, you as the facilitator, along with the interests of your group, you may choose to have everyone do their learning at home on their own and come back for the discussion, or you may choose to have the learning happen as the group meets together. In this case, I recommend that you will need about 25 to 30 minutes of extra time for each lesson. And this means that the group meeting may extend to be about 90 minutes if you so choose. Allow me to repeat again about your role. Remember, you are not a teacher, you are a facilitator. The teaching tools are all available, and what we will be using here are the strengths self-study resources. Regardless of which format you use, The strength self-study resources are the tools we recommend you will use. For you, your success depends on using what we will call facilitation skills, and they are simply two. Listen well. Listen well. Listen to people's thoughts and feelings. Ask good questions. Ask good questions. Avoid giving answers. Through the years, I have learned that questions are more powerful than answers. Questions are more powerful than answers. Because when you ask questions, you encourage a person to think for themselves, discover and articulate the answers that are most impactful, are most suited for their own personal needs and situation. Start to use application type questions, open-ended questions. For example, what did you learn from this? What do you think you'd like to do about this? How can the group support you in applying what you learned? Try to engage other people in the discussion. So if someone has a question, ask someone else, can anyone have an idea about this? What do you think so-and-so should do? Engage others in the discussion. Now, as you facilitate, try to tactfully and carefully and gently maybe limit the amount of airtime each people can take, especially if you have a couple of those people who love to talk a lot. Maybe say, let's allow 3 to 4 minutes per person for discussion. Set the ground rules. For example, one of the ground rules I like is people who have not done their homework should not participate in the discussion. Sometimes it's fair, depending on your group, suggest that and see how they will respond to it. During the discussion, take notes. Take notes of people's thoughts, feelings, and attitude, because this might be an opportunity to follow one-on-one with them after the meeting. At the end of every learning session, close the meeting with a short word of prayer. Remind people of the next session, the next homework, and always try to end on time. During the following days or during the following week before your next meeting, pray for your people. This is very important. Pray for your people. Try to connect with each of them individually by mail or phone. Remind them of the homework. Try to encourage them and support them as you pray for them. Through the period of the learning lab, I would encourage you to try to connect one-on-one by phone or in person with each person in your group. It has a great impact in building a community and a relationship with your people. The last session is a time of reflection and thanksgiving. Try to have some extra fun with it, some jokes. Maybe ask people to share the most entertaining, the most humorous, the most surprising thing that they recall of the group meeting. Have people share what they have learned the most. Have them discuss what has impacted them the greatest. Have them maybe share if God had answered the prayer they prayed in the first lesson. Close the meeting with prayer. Thank God for each person in your group. Pray for them individually as you may reflect on the experiences they have shared in the group. Pray for God's guidance as you go on from here. And friend, please keep in touch with them. You are your people, and you have built a relationship to support them and bless them. Our prayer is that God will bless you through this ministry. Remember, God loves you, not because of what you do, but because of who you are. Jesus calls you to be his co-laborer, not because he needs you, but much more because he wants to be with you. And if we can be of any help, do not hesitate to contact us. May God bless you as you go on this journey of discovery for yourself and blessing others for the glory of God. Have a wonderful day.